Hello everyone, it is Mrs. P. I am here to do my budget for the third week of July. Every time I say like what week I'm budgeting for, it just kind of blows my mind that we are already to that point in the year. It just crazy how fast time is flying by. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start with our budget, and I've got my draft done. I'm looking at it right now and I'm hoping that it is correct. Sometimes I do my draft budgets weeks in advance because I get kind of, I don't know, anxious about getting them done for the month so I can kind of see where we're at with the money. And so this has been planned for a while, so I'm just kind of glancing at it now, hoping that it's going to be pretty accurate. But I think it's good. I double checked to make sure I didn't miss any important like bills like I did last time. I don't know how insurance completely slipped my mind, but anyway, that is in the past and we got through it, so it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do my budget with you. I'm going to do my cash planning, and I'm also going to do my meal planning. So I'm going to start sticking the meal planning in with the budget with me because that's part of planning for the week anyway. And I just thought instead of doing a separate video, I could just put it all in one. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to use this pen. For some reason, these pens, they're Mr. Pen. I absolutely love. They're very fine tip. Love the way they write. But sometimes on the printouts that I do, I don't know if it's the paper, they skip. But then when I'm like using them to write on like regular paper, like notebook paper, they write beautifully. So I don't know, I'm going to try it again. I do have my trusty old Papermate over here just in case I need it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. I hope you guys have had a great start to your week. Today is Tuesday, so Monday we survived. Mondays are not the same when you're a teacher and you're in the summer break, because Mondays just, I lose track. If you've noticed, like I can't keep straight like what the dates are because I'm always like, I don't know, forgetting like even what day of the week it is. I love it, by the way. All right, July, this is going to be July 11th through the 17th. The 17th is the day that my daughter and I will fly to Washington. And so you'll see that in my meal planning video that I'm not going to plan anything. When I go get groceries, I'm going to get like things, easy meals for my husband to fix for himself so he can survive without me. All right, so I don't think I'm zoomed in enough. I can never tell. Okay, so first we are expecting just a little bit of rollover. I'm going to say 60. Mr. P, 1,000. Mrs. P, I am not anticipating pulling any money from our savings, the one that I did for summer savings, and I'm not expecting anything from other. So I'm going to put zeros in both of those columns. So we have $1,060 to work with. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to start with our bill. We only have one bill this week, iRobot, coming out for around $32. So that bill total is just $32, leaving us with $1,028. Then I move that total down here, and see there it goes skipping. Okay, so then I'm going to do sinking funds. Sinking funds, I'm going to say $383 because I've already gone and planned out all of the sinking funds, savings challenges, anything that we're doing toward that, and put it all into one. So that's $383, leaving us with $645 remaining. Okay, now up here to our variable amounts. This is the things that go in my wallet. Move that total over here. So we've got groceries. I'm just going to make the categories and I'll come back and fill in the amounts just because I have got this pretty, okay, fired. I don't know, maybe when I put lotion on my hands and I'm like, because if you notice that my hands can't stay still when I'm talking. I'm like rubbing and like playing with my fingers. I don't know, it's just like a habit. I think that maybe the lotion that I use on my hands gets on the paper, and maybe that's why it skips. Okay, so household, Mr. P, Mrs. P, Miss P, eating out, gas, miscellaneous, and unbudgeted. Okay, so those are our categories. Now, we do $150 for groceries, $20 for pets, $20 for household, $30 for Mr. P, $50 for me, $20 for Miss P, nothing for eating out, gas, I'm gonna do $40, miscellaneous $10, and nothing for unbudgeted. Hopefully we can stay within those amounts, and this will be $340, leaving us with $305 remaining. So I'm going to move that $305 down here. I'm going to put a category here for Snowball. We do not have actual debt due this week, but I'm going to put a line there just in case more money comes in and I can throw it at our uplift loan, because that's our next debt that we're going to work on. So this section is 305 is remaining. So 305 is what we will roll over into the next week, which the next week is where bills start getting heavy and debt comes in. So we need that rollover. Okay, so there we go. That's our budget for the week of the July 11th through the 17th. Okay, so now I need to do my cash planning. The last time I did a cash planning, it was a disaster. And so I have got a cheat sheet. You know, they say work smarter, not harder, but for whatever reason, I mess up when I've got the video on. When I did this off camera, everything worked out perfectly. So I don't know if my brain just like loses the ability to think when the camera's on, but anyway, so there's my cheat sheet. So I know everything that I'm going to do. I'll just walk you through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write in all of the categories and speed you up through that, and then we'll go in with the amounts and the denominations. Okay, I've got all the categories filled in. I'm going to zoom in and I'll try to remember to move down the page as I write. All right, so you already know we've been through this category. This is my wallet. So I'm not gonna really talk about the amounts. I'm just gonna write them in really quick. And so groceries, I've been liking doing the 520s and the 150. Pet supplies a 20. Household 20, Mr. P a 20 and a 10. Mrs. P gets 2 20s and 2 5s. Miss P, I'm going to do 3 5s and 5 1s. And this is where I messed up the last time. I put 5 5s for $20. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. All right, gas, I'm going to get 2 20s and miscellaneous a 10. All right, so this section adds up to be $340. All right, so beauty is going to get 20, medical 20, vet 5, pool 10, car and house maintenance 5. So beauty is going to get a 20, medical a 20, vet a 5, pool a 10, and car and home maintenance a 5. So this section adds up to be $65. Okay, now we've got subscriptions. It's going to get 5, car tags 10, and home projects 25. All right, subscriptions a 5, a 10, and then this is a 20 and a 5. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated because of my savings challenges. I want certain denominations so I have the right change. So Christmas is going to get 75. That's going to be 120. Oh, where's the 20s? 120, 2 10s, 5 5s, and 10 1s. All right. Vacation or emergency fund is going to get 50, and that's going to be 2 10s, 4 5s, and 10 1s. Vacation is going to get 75, and that's going to be just like Christmas with 120, 2 10s, 5 5s, and 10 1s. Okay. The mini Mondays, that's going to get 60, and that's going to be all in 5s, which is 12. YouTube Hop is going to get $18, which is all in 1s. Okay. And this, oh, I didn't add this section. This section adds up to be 25, 35, 40. I didn't add these up separately, so let me add this up real quick. I decided to separate my savings challenges from these items here. So that's 278. All right. So if I take all of these categories and add them up, I never know how much to zoom in. All right, 340, 65, 40, and 278 should be 723. Okay. And then my denominations, I've got 150. I have 17. I'm still in the wrong place. Yes, I am. These sections are so tiny. All right, so 150, that is $50. I need 17 20s, which is 340. I need 36. No. See, I can't do it without messing up. I even have a cheat sheet. 10 10s, which is 100. 36 5s, which is 180. 53 1s, which is $53. All right, so if I add these up here, that should equal 723. So let's see. So we've got 50, 340, 100, 180, and 53. And we did. So looky there. Still make mistakes even with a cheat sheet, but not like it was last week. That was bad. Okay, so now I've got this. Let me go ahead and get my little teller slip. Fill this in. No 100s. I need 150. I need 17 20s. I messed that up. 10 10s. 36 5s. And 53 1s. And that's 723. Okay. All right, so all of that is done, ready to go to the bank to get my cash out. All right, so now the fun part is planning our meals. All right, so this is going from July 11th through July 17th, okay? And we're gonna start with Thursday. We haven't had spaghetti in a while, so I'm gonna fix spaghetti. Usually we have salad with the spaghetti, but I've decided not to fix the salad because I'm gonna have salad later in the week, so we're just gonna have spaghetti and garlic bread. All right, so for this meal, I have the noodles, I have the meat, and I have a loaf of French bread in the freezer. So all I need is to get the spaghetti sauce. All right, so the spaghetti sauce for that. And let's see here. I need to get more butter. I'm just gonna get like 1 little pound of butter, and eventually when we get to Sam's, I'll stock up on it and put it in the freezer. All right, so I know I need to get butter because when we make our own garlic bread, it uses a lot of butter. All right, so Friday. Now on last week's? Yeah, last week's meal plan, we had honey butter chicken. We did not, like fried chicken, we did not get that. We didn't fix that meal because we had leftovers from a couple meals that I'd fixed. Like, you know, sometimes certain meals you can't just fix a little bit of. And so I had leftovers. And even though my daughter hates leftovers, we did it anyway because we can't waste it. I do send my father-in-law, he always like, whenever I make like a big pot of soup or whatever, I just send like a big container of it to him. So he actually got 2 meals out of one of the meals that we got 2 meals out of. So it worked out perfect. All right, so anyway, with all that said, we're gonna have some honey butter fried chicken because we did not fix that last week. All right, honey butter fried chicken. We're gonna have mashed potatoes. I still have potatoes, so I don't need potatoes, and green peas. And I still have, because one of the meals that I fixed green peas with, we only used like half of the frozen bag. So I still have peas in the freezer. And then I'm gonna fix some, no, I was gonna do biscuits this night. And we have those in the freezer too, so biscuits. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna buy the butter, mashed potatoes, green peas. We don't need anything for this meal, so good to go there. All right, so for Saturday, we are going to do shake and bake pork chops. We still have a couple more packs of pork chops from the pork loin that we had got from Sam's and split into portions. So shake and bake pork chops. My husband has been requesting onion taters. That's what we call them. Onion taters. And basically it's just cutting up an onion and cutting up potatoes and frying it. You start the potatoes, or you can either parboil the potatoes in little like cubes, but I always just cook them in the cast iron skillet. And then when the potatoes are almost done, I add in the onion, because if I add the onion in at the same time as the potatoes, the onion cooks faster and will burn. So onion taters, and let's see here, salad on this one. Since we're having the fried potatoes, have something kind of light on the side, and we'll do those yeast rolls here. All right, so we have one more packet of shake and bake. I checked that before I made the list. We have the pork chops, we have onion, we have potatoes. We should have plenty for both of these meals. I do need to get salad mix. We have ranch dressing, we have croutons, we have cheese. I forgot to get the rolls last week. We didn't pick those up, so I need to get some yeast rolls. All right, Sunday, we're having a cookout here at our house. It is my dad's, we're celebrating my dad's 80th birthday. Like I said, we have tons of birthdays in July, and we're not done. So his 80th birthday, we are having a cookout here at my house because we have the pool, and you know, it takes the stress off my mom. My mom, she's been dealing with the kidney stone. Luckily, everything has gone fine and well with that procedure to remove the kidney stone, but it's just going to take a lot of stress off of her to have it here anyway. I do not know what we are going to cook for that, because my dad, we want to fix like what his favorites are, so that is to be determined. But most likely we will, like, everybody will pitch in and bring something, so I'll figure that out later. But that's what we're doing Sunday. All right, on Monday, chicken and rice. So, okay, so my parents they grow gardens, they can and all that stuff. So my mom has been experimenting, and actually this was in the fall. She canned chicken. I have jars of canned chicken that I've not used yet because I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I don't know what the consistency of the chicken will be. I imagine it'll be like when you buy canned chicken. Maybe not as stringy as, like, you know, the store brand or the canned chicken. But I need to use that because I've got it. So I thought, well, it would probably do well in like a chicken and rice dish. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. We have like a box of rice-a-roni that I need to use. So I'm going to do chicken and rice, green beans, and I'm going to get some crescent rolls. We haven't had crescent rolls in a long time. Let me see if I can spell crescent. Crescent rolls. We love those. They're kind of expensive for what you get, but they're easy. And this week, you'll see on Wednesday is when me and my daughter fly out. So I want to keep things easy. So I'm going to do crescent rolls. Let's see here. I have everything I need except for the rolls. So crescent, I think I spelled that right. Crescent rolls. Certain words are tricky to me. All right, Tuesday, like I said, we're going to try to do things easy. So on Tuesday, I'm going to do French bread pizza because that's super easy. I have a loaf of French bread to do with the spaghetti, but I'll need one more for the French bread pizza. So French bread. If you notice, almost everything on my list is bread. All right, French bread pizza. I'll need to get some more spaghetti sauce. Let me just do ×2 up here. Can y'all even see that? Yeah. I have mozzarella cheese. I have one more shredded bag in the freezer that I need to use, and we're down to the last couple packs of pepperoni, but we still have pepperoni in the freezer. So that is all we need. And if we have some leftover salad, I'll throw that with the salad, which we probably will, because me and my daughter are the only ones that will eat salad. She eats just very little just barely any. So we'll have salad left over. So that should be that for the week, which is not much. Notice? Isn't that nice? That's what happens when you are able to stock up on meat and you don't have to buy meat every week, which is such a blessing to be able to do that. I love having a freezer and I love being able to stock up. So Wednesday, we will be out of town. My husband won't. My husband, unfortunately, can't go on this trip. His work is, summer is when everybody wants to take off, and he is the only technician in the area that he works in. And so he has to, be careful about the times that he takes off. Summer is kind of a hard time. Holidays, of course, that's when everybody wants to take time off of work. So, so far he's been pretty blessed that he has never been denied the time that he requests off. But they had asked the guys not to take off at the end of July because of just so many it's just a really busy time of year. All right, so that is my meal plan. I think I've got everything. Of course, this isn't my full grocery list. I usually get eggs and bread and milk and juice and all of those things, like the staples. And it's kind of funny because I've always been like a sporadic shopper anyway, like just grabbing up. I get in the store and I get excited. But since I've been doing this, it's almost like I go through the store and get the same things every time with the exception of what we're having for our meals, which is nice because, you can keep your budget in check that way. All right, so friends, I am going to go ahead and put all of this to the side. I'm gonna bring in my candle. It's getting kind of low. So I am going to blow out the candle and say goodbye, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, friends.